two seniors that are going to be competing for you and what they meant to the program?
I think there's three. But,
are there three?
Rhodes and Cooper and Birak. Well, Birak's been a mainstay, and the other two, it's their first shot, so got two different kind of landscapes there. And Birak is after national championship, and so are the other two. I don't think the end prize changes at all, and how you go about it's the same as well. It's just a matter of tuning in one match at a time. But when you look back on it, make the experience as rich as you can make it, right?
When you talk about the same goal, is it more difficult for Patrick since he has no experience out there, or how would you kind of look at that?
I would say that experience says maybe something, but that depends on how you look at it as well. If you're carefree and loose and ready to go, and carrying those good emotions in you, you're gonna be fine. I mean, you can overcome a lot with your outlook and your demeanor, and I think he's doing a good job of that. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, he won a big match for us in the Big Tens in the 7th place match, and springboard off that, right? One match at a time.
Should you have anticipated what Brooks' performance was going to do for his seeding for NCAAs?
No, I don't pay any attention to that. I know that we talk about the things that we can control, and that is when you're stepping out on the map, make sure you're ready to go. Wins and championships certainly impact where you're placed in the bracket, but now it's laid out and there's a path, and really that path is one match at a time. It's that simple.
You talked about staying relaxed but staying focused at the same time. And coaches have different phrases for it. I know Coach Doyle for football calls it controlled aggression. Do you guys have a phrase that you use in the mat room to describe that same thing?
I think it's individual. I think there's some guys that, if you are too serious, they get uptight. And there's other guys that if they're not serious enough, they, lose focus. So I think it's just finding that balance. And, these guys are all seasoned veterans. We talked about Patrick Rhodes, but, he's won a lot of championships in his past as well. So it's about, falling into that sweet spot, whatever it is. And you know what? You wrestle your match. You go out and wrestle your match, and if things don't go your way in the middle of that match or the beginning of the match, you got to get yourself back in it. And that's because you're a competitor and doing what you do best. And, whatever happens after that, it's over. So control what you can control now. That's the important thing.
What's Thomas Gilman's response been like since the Big Ten tournament?
You saw the response. It was on display for 13,000 people, and that was the next match against the Indiana kid, and then the match after that for 3rd place against Nebraska. And that's what I was looking for. So, he didn't miss a step, and that's important for his progression. Number one, that's important for this guy right here, because, you're looking at that, and, the mistake, or whatever you want to call it, that he made, it was silly, but after talking to him, I understood, but you know what? Still don't go there. And I think he learned a lot as well.
How is Brooks different now than maybe a year ago at this time?
I think, I don't know. I think he's been capable for a long time, and I think I think he's always believed in himself, and I think, reading some of his comments after last weekend where he put a lot on himself from accountability and maybe growing up a little bit, and some of the things that maybe we call getting tougher or whatever. I think he realizes that, things aren't really as bad as they might seem at the moment. And that's something that everybody learns in their life as they go through it and get older and get more experience. Sometimes it takes some people longer than others, and some people have to grow up real quick because of, tragic circumstances. But either way, when you get there, the important thing is when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're accountable. And he's always been accountable, but I think he came to a little bit more of a realization maybe that things aren't as bad as they might seem. Sometimes when little things that maybe seem like it's a big deal at the time, but can't let things derail you. Life's too short for that.